Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetstories.com, and today we are going to do the quick comparison review of these two phones which we have with us. We have the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which is the latest flagship phone coming from Samsung. It is a premium smartphone from Samsung, coming for approximately 50,000 rupees you have to pay for this phone. As far as the other phone which we have with us is the iPhone 6 Plus. Again, iPhone is available as iPhone 6 as well, but this is the 6 Plus, which is again, in terms of the form factor and the kind of price it has, is very much closer to Samsung. Even for higher storage model, you will have to pay slightly more price, whereas the 32GB variant of this phone will again cost less than the iPhone 6 Plus. So we are going to do a quick comparison between these two phones. These are the two industry leaders, or one of the most popular brands when it comes to smartphone. We have an iPhone 6 Plus, which is the latest flagship phone from Apple, and we have the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. We are going to compare both of these two phones on the basis of different things, including the display size, the kind of display they have, the viewing angles they have, the build quality they have, the kind of processor they have, the overall day-to-day usage you can get from these two phones, the kind of premiumness you can get basically when you buy any of these two phones, and other things like camera and connectivity and all. So we will just do a quick comparison of these two phones, and again I'm going to compare both of these phones on the basis of different points, including benchmark as well. So let's start this comparison now. Now, starting with the comparison, let's start comparing these two phones on the basis of build quality. So we have the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which is again having a pretty good build quality and a very nice premium feel to it. Although the back side of Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is again plastic, just like we have seen earlier, but the metal this time is again being used on the edges. As you can see, we have metal being used, and it is also colored in the same color profile as per the device color is, which is looking very nice. So they have actually make sure that the device look and feel is retained on the edges as well, which is good. As far as the iPhone 6 Plus is concerned, iPhone 6 Plus has already been proved that it is not a very strong phone in terms of the build quality. So in terms of build quality, I can say that the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is again slightly better as compared to an iPhone 6 Plus, and you can see this is how they compare on the edges. On the edges, we can see metal being used over there and metal being used over here as well. But again, when it comes to different kind of tests which some of the people have concluded on YouTube and some other platforms, we can actually recall the latest video, or you can say the most popular video on internet, which is the bend test video, which is again something in which someone from Unbox Therapy has tried to basically bend it, especially at this particular point, which is kind of a weak point, and same weak point is there for the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, because he was able to bend the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 as well. So in terms of build quality, or you can say the bend test, in case you believe bend test, I would say both of these phones does bend, and this is something which holds true. But that does not mean that any of these two phones are actually not good for day-to-day usage. Unless you put these phones in your pocket, basically in your jeans pocket at the back side, or you apply too much pressure on these two phones, they will not bend. So in the normal use case scenarios, you don't need to worry about iPhone 6 Plus bending or Samsung Galaxy Note 4 bending. So in terms of build quality, they are really good. For some of the people out there, they may not consider these two phones as the best build quality phone, but I would say both of them are very good in terms of build quality. But Samsung Galaxy Note 4 feels slightly better in terms of the overall build. It feels slightly stronger when you hold it in one hand as compared to the iPhone 6 Plus. Now let's compare these two devices on the basis of connectivity and the design. So at the bottom, we can see we have the loudspeaker which is there on the iPhone 6 Plus. Although the loudspeaker which was used to be there on Note 3 at this particular edge has now been moved to the back side, which again is not a very good design. I'm not very happy with it, because the moment you place this device like this on a table, the sound will get muffled because the loudspeaker is actually at the back side. The same will not happen with an iPhone 6 Plus, because the loudspeaker is actually on the edges, which is a better design, I would say. Talking about connectivity, we have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging. We have the lightning port over here for data syncing and charging. We have a prime microphone over here on this device on the iPhone 6 Plus. And when it comes to the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, this device does not have only two microphones, unlike the iPhone 6 Plus. This one has three microphones basically. So there are two microphones over there, as you can see, one over here, and there is one more microphone on the top. So it has two additional secondary microphones for noise cancellation, whereas the iPhone 6 Plus only has one primary microphone and only one microphone, or only one secondary microphone for noise cancellation. So noise cancellation is slightly better over here. When it comes to the picture quality, I will just show you the picture quality from the camera as well, but the 8 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization actually does a pretty good job, and the 16 megapixel camera which we have on Samsung Galaxy Note 4 also produce very good results even in low light. So we will show you the comparison between these two later on as far as camera is concerned. Let's take a look over the edge on this side. On this side we can see that we have the power and sleep key, which is now on the side so that you can easily access them, because again iPhone 6 Plus definitely feels bigger to hold in one hand, even if you compare it with a Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Samsung Galaxy Note 4, in terms of the overall design or the kind of footprints you have, is almost as it is like an iPhone 6 Plus, but if you actually compare them very closely, if I place them edge to edge, you can see that the iPhone 6 Plus is slightly bigger in terms of the edge, which is the case, which is again not a major difference in terms of the width. So in terms of the width, it is definitely slightly more as compared to Samsung Galaxy Note 4. This is something which I can say. But if you actually talk about the height, so in terms of the height, you can see the difference easily, that the iPhone 6 Plus is definitely bigger than Samsung Galaxy Note 4 in terms of the height. In width, it is not a major difference, but there is a slight amount of difference. Still, the iPhone 6 is bigger, and it has, I would say, slightly thicker bezel as compared to the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. So in terms of the size, one thing I can say is that this device, in terms of the overall grip, is not that great, because we have metal being used over there at the back side, which is again having a matte finish. You can hold this phone in one hand, but there are chances that you may not be able to use this phone with one hand almost all the time. Again, you have this feature over there, which is something which has been introduced with Apple devices with iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. But again, even with this feature, the kind of usage you will do with this phone definitely feels slightly bigger to hold in one hand. And also it has thicker bezels, and then you have extra button because of this button, which is kind of circular, and you have this part over here. So the phone is definitely having a bigger footprint and a slightly, you can say, bigger to hold in one hand and difficult to be used with one hand. Although the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 on the other hand is slightly better. We have a button over there as well, a physical home button, which is again not circular, so they have actually saved some space as compared to the space which is being wasted over here. And when it comes to the overall design, the bezels over here feel slightly better. The kind of grip you will get on Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is going to be better as compared to iPhone 6 Plus. As you can see, we have plastic being used over there with leather finish, and it is a matte finish with the texturized design. So it will definitely give you a better grip when you hold this device in one hand. We can say that we have 5.5 inch display on the iPhone 6 Plus, whereas we have 5.7 inch display on Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which is again slightly bigger. But when you place these devices like this side by side, you can barely notice the difference. There is a slight amount of difference over here at the bottom, which you can notice. The iPhone 6 Plus is finished over here in terms of the display part, whereas this one goes to this point. So this is slightly bigger display, but when it comes to the overall color production and the kind of viewing angles you will get, you have pretty good viewing angles on iPhone 6 Plus, which makes this device easy to view even from extreme angles without any issues, and the color production is also pretty good. Again, on this device we have the Super AMOLED display, which is again slightly better in terms of color production, because Super AMOLED displays are always better in terms of colors. But when it comes to the white is definitely better. It is kind of pale yellow over there on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 because of the Super AMOLED display. Now as you can see, we have the white portion being loaded over there on both of these two phones, and you can compare the white over here and with this one. I can increase the brightness so that you can have a better idea. So this one is better in terms of the white, but this one is kind of pale yellow to an extent, and I don't know whether you can see the difference with this camera, but I can easily see the difference with naked eyes. But this is something which is not a big issue at all. But definitely the color production is better over here. The colors are vibrant, looking better on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 as compared to an iPhone 6 Plus, but again this display is also good enough. But you will get a bigger display on Samsung Galaxy Note 4 in case display size does matter to you, which is again slightly bigger, not too big display. You will have 5.7-inch display over here with better colors as compared to iPhone 6 Plus, which will have 5.5-inch display. Talking about the front camera is also better over here. We have a 3.7 megapixel wide angle front camera which can actually take photos up to 120 degrees, which is better as compared to the 1.2 megapixel front camera on the iPhone 6 Plus. Again, this one can also record high definition video at 1080p, whereas the front camera on iPhone 6 Plus can only record high definition video at 720p. So this is the difference. As far as this side is concerned, we can see that we have the volume rocker over here, we have the volume rocker over here as well, and both of these buttons are metallic buttons. We do have a mute key over there, which is not the case with the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, but there is some additional thing on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which is the IR blaster, with which you can actually use this device as a IR remote for different consumer electronics, and this is something which is kind of different over here on Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which is not yet possible on iPhone 6 Plus unless you use a third-party accessory. So we have the camera over there, and let's start comparing these two cameras. We have the 16 megapixel camera over here. We also have additional heart rate sensor with LED flash, whereas we have LED flash only, but we have heart rate sensor on this device, which again can be used to take photos as well, especially you can use it in the selfie mode. So let's start comparing these two devices on the basis of camera. We will take some photos of this particular car over there, and we will take the photo from both of these two devices so that you can see the difference. How does it look like on iPhone 6 Plus and how does it look like on Samsung Galaxy Note 4. So we have the camera interface over here on iPhone 6 Plus, and this is how it looks like. It does give you a lot of options like photo. This is right now in video mode. You have a slow motion mode as well, in which you can record a high definition video at 720p at 240 fps, which is good. You also have the option of recording time-lapse interval videos, and then you have the normal photo mode. You also have a square photo mode in case you would like to take photos for Instagram, and then you have a panorama mode as well, which is again very fluid and much simple as compared to any other camera, including the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. So let me just take this photo, and I will take the photo of this particular car, one with light and the other one I will take without artificial light. And I have just turned off the artificial light. I can take it again. Okay, yeah, so I have taken it. Let me just take the same photo again with a Samsung Galaxy Note 4, and then we will show you the difference. How does it look like on these two displays? So again, Samsung Galaxy Note 4 has face detection autofocus, which is one of the fastest autofocus you can have. Let me just take this photo again without the artificial light. So we have taken both of these photos, and let me just compare both of them one by one. And first of all, we will show you the photo which has been taken on these two devices with artificial light. So this is the one which has been taken on iPhone 6 Plus, and the one which has been taken on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is like this. This is how it looks like. Let me just open this one as well, so you can see the difference over here. Again, details are being captured very nicely on Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which you can see, which is good, and details are being nicely captured over here on iPhone 6 Plus as well, which is also good. Although if you compare these two devices with these two photos basically with the original car over there, I don't know which one is looking better, but as of now with naked eyes I can easily say that the color production is slightly better over here on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. This one is kind of different in terms of how does this car actually look like, whereas this one is looking slightly better, almost as the car looks like in original, whereas this one is slightly oversaturated in terms of colors. This is something which I can say, but details are very nicely captured on both of these two phones. Let me just show you the one which has been taken without the artificial light. So this is the one which has been taken without the artificial light, and as you can see, this is how it looks like. And again, this one is slightly better, I would say, as compared to the one which has been taken here, because this one is brighter, especially the low light performance of the iPhone 6 Plus is slightly better than the low light performance of the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 which we have taken. The color production is again better over here on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, but again this photo is looking nice in terms of the overall brightness level. Especially in low light scenario, you will have better photos with better brightness level as compared to the one which you will capture on Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Again, this is going to be in comparison only, but Samsung Galaxy Note 4 can also take very good photos, especially in low light. Talking about the interface which we have on Samsung Galaxy Note 4 for camera, I can show you some things which are there. Again, this device, as far as the camera is concerned, can record 4K resolution video as well, which is not possible on the iPhone 6 Plus, and it can take 16 megapixel photos. You can record high definition video at 720p at 1080p. Same is possible with the rear camera on the iPhone 6 Plus as well. Let me just take a photo from the front camera on these two devices and we will show you the comparison of that as well. Let me just take a photo of mine and I will just, again, both of these two devices have face detection. So I've just taken the photo. I can take the same photo again with the iPhone 6 Plus, and for that I need to toggle to the front camera. So I've taken both of these photos and I can show you both of them one by one. So this is how it looks like. I would say the kind of clarity and the colors I can see in the photo which we have taken from the front camera on iPhone 6 Plus is definitely better. The details are slightly better over here on iPhone 6 Plus as compared to what we see over here on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 as far as front camera is concerned. So this is the case, but again I can see the photo is definitely looking better over here, much more realistic. But again, they have applied certain amount of beautification over here on this photo on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 as compared to this one, which is exactly the same. There is no beautification applied, but again this photo is looking slightly better as compared to the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 as far as front camera is concerned. So front camera is definitely, even when it is 1.2 megapixel camera, it is very good camera even for video chat and some other video calls in case you would like to use it. Now talking about the overall form factor of these two devices, I can say both of them are equally same in terms of the overall form factor, but again iPhone 6 Plus definitely feels slightly heavier, or you can say slightly bigger to hold in one hand, but this one is again 172 gram as compared to the 176 gram weight which we have for the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Both of them feels good, but definitely the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 feels much more solid to hold in one hand as compared to an iPhone 6 Plus, and this is the case. Talking about the resolution is slightly higher over here. The pixel density which you get on Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is much higher as compared to the pixel density which you will have on iPhone 6 Plus. So this is the kind of pixel density. You will not see any kind of pixelation on Samsung Galaxy Note 4 because it has a 2K display, whereas on this device we have a high definition 1080p display, which is also looking nice, and I do not notice any pixelation on this device either. So in terms of pixel density, definitely this one is higher, and the display quality is again good on both of these two phones, so that is not a problem at all. But definitely you will have slightly more precise pixels and better clarity of any high definition photo which you are basically viewing, or high definition video which you are watching, because this device supports almost double the resolution of the display which we have on the iPhone 6 Plus. In terms of the front glass protection, we have Corning Gorilla Glass 3 protection over here, which is again very good and it does not break easily, whereas the display which we have on the iPhone 6 Plus, it is also having certain amount of protection, which is again, it is a shatterproof glass. It will not break easily. Even if it breaks, it will break into small pieces, so it won't hurt you. But definitely in terms of protection, this one is better as compared to the display which we have over here on the iPhone 6 Plus. As far as storage is concerned, the storage is again higher over here. We have 32 GB of storage on this device, and 32 GB version of the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is definitely cheaper than the 32 GB version of this iPhone 6 Plus, and this is the case. When it comes to RAM, we have 3 GB of RAM on this device, whereas we have 1 GB of RAM on this one. But again, when it comes to the day-to-day usage, the kind of application you can run on both of these phones, none of them will show you any kind of lag. Both of them are very good in terms of the hardware. The kind of hardware they have, the kind of software they have is very much optimized to run on this hardware. So this device, even when it does not have that good processor which we have on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which is the Snapdragon 805 chipset, which is one of the fastest chipset as of now in the market. Again, this device has an Apple A8 processor and their own chipset. So again, this device has a, maybe in terms of performance, it may not be that great, but when it comes to the OS, again, both of them are fluid, both of them are useful, and they can be used without any issues, without any lag. You can use application, you can play high definition games on the iPhone 6 Plus without any issues, and the same is possible over here on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. So in terms of day-to-day performance, both of them are very close to each other. There is no problem with any of these two phones. Talking about the exact processor configuration, we have the 2.7 GHz quad-core carry at 450 cores CPU on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, and this is the Snapdragon 805 version which is launched in India this time. When it comes to this device, we have Apple A8 processor, and it is a dual core 1.4 GHz Cyclone ARM V8 based processor. When we talk about the GPU which we have over here on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is Adreno 420, which is one of the best GPU you can have, especially for gaming. And on this device we have PowerVR GX 6450 quad core GPU, which is also good, so you can play high definition games on both of these phones. So in that case, there is no problem. One thing which is very good on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 as compared to an iPhone 6 Plus, which actually increases the overall life and the usage of this phone as compared to the iPhone 6 Plus. Again, I have seen people using an iPhone and they have faced a lot of battery problems over time. So iPhone 6 or 6 Plus or even 5 or 5S, all of them will have battery problems after a year or 2 years of usage, whereas the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, even when it has battery problem, the only thing you can actually do over here, which is not possible over here, is to replace the battery. So again, the back cover can come out on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, which is a very good thing, and we have a pretty good bigger battery over here on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 as compared to an iPhone 6 Plus. On this device, we have a battery of 3220 mAh, which is fairly good and sufficient to give this device a battery backup of around 1 to 1.5 days. And same is the case with an iPhone 6 Plus, even when it has a smaller battery, which is approximately 2915. This is not too small in terms of the power rating, but again, this battery is also good enough to give you around 1 to 1.5 days of battery backup. But for longer usage, for years, I would say after 2 years, this battery will actually give a lot of problem to you, because the battery get degraded over time after a lot of recharge cycles which will happen to the phone. And in that case, this phone can actually be useful, because the battery over here, even if it gives you the same problem just like this one, which is the case and which is something which will happen with both of these two phones, after 2 years you can replace the battery over here on Samsung Galaxy Note 4. However, you cannot do the same on iPhone 6 Plus. So these are all the differences which we wanted to point out as far as these two phones are concerned. There are points on the basis of which Samsung Galaxy Note 4 wins the race, like the removable battery which we have on this phone, the kind of GPU and the kind of CPU you have on this device is definitely powerful as compared to an iPhone 6 Plus. The kind of design they have, the kind of build quality it has, Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is definitely better as compared to an iPhone 6 Plus, which is kind of not so great in terms of build quality as compared to this one, at least, although both of them bend. But in normal use case scenario, you will not see any of these two bending, especially for most of the people out there, unless you do crazy things with any of these two phones. So in all, I can say that in most of the departments, Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is definitely a winner. But the kind of premiumness you will see, you will have a better premium look and feel on an iPhone 6 Plus as compared to a Note 4, and this one will also feel slightly bigger to hold in one hand and difficult to hold in one hand. You actually need a case to actually protect this phone, especially the back side. Over here, you don't need to worry about a case, especially because the kind of back cover you have on this device is something which is already protective, and it will give you a better grip when you hold this device in one hand. So these are the key differences. I would say for me, both of these devices are winner, but in case build quality matters to you, in case bigger display matters to you, in case you can say high amount of processing or better processing matters to you, or even the camera thing matters to you, then in that case, Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is definitely a winner as compared to an iPhone 6 Plus. So That's it for now as far as the quick comparison review on these two phones. Do let us know if you have any specific question for any of these two devices. We would love to help you. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.